We're at 11489 Flagler Lane, doing a sanitary lateral inspection for the purchase of a home. I actually tried to go into the stack in the basement in the laundry room, and I was unable to get the cap out, and I wasn't going to have to chisel it out. So we're going from the roof, as you can see by the camera view right now. So we're going from the stack, and we're trying to go from the center stack, or it's in the center of the house towards the rear, but it is the middle one about in line with the flue. So we're going to go in here. We're looking for any structural issues, root intrusion, anything that may be of concern to the potential buyer. It is cast iron above ground, so I expect it to be cast iron under the floor, and then probably switch to clay once it exits the house. So as you can see, we'll take a look around here, and we'll show you the stack I'm going into here. And it should turn at the base of the stack. It should turn and go straight out. We're hoping it'll be the most convenient, and looks like that's exactly what it did. It's a little bit more difficult to see in these situations just because of the sun, and of course the sun is right at my back for this, so sometimes it makes it a little more difficult. So there may be some situations where I pause more often to try to make sure that I'm seeing things correctly. I have a secondary monitor that I can use through my phone, so I'm also going to try to do that so I get a bit better view. The restriction I have is the cord to the monitor going up on the roof. So this is all cast iron here. We are horizontal. You can see in the bottom left-hand corner, that degree is the pitch of the camera. Anything blue means that's up. Obviously you see the positive and the negative on it also, but when it turns to brown, that means it's dropping. Yeah, it looks like we found some roots here. Not horrible, not blocking the flow line. Well, that is a pretty large root ball. This looks like this is where it's switching over to clay, which would be as I'm exiting the house, which would make sense. It means it's the junction between the two, and it usually increases in pipe size also. So it goes from a 4-inch up to like a 6-inch when it exits the house and switches over to clay. So it's not uncommon to have root intrusion at this point. I'm assuming this is from the tree out by the street. There's really only really not many trees left on the street, and this happens to be one of them here. And so I'm going to locate this. I'm going to try to get past it first, and then we'll make a note of that at about 28 feet. So I'm going to try to get past this and then go from there. I'll locate the exact position when I pull it back. Since I am on the roof, it's going to make it a little bit more difficult for me to, that way I can get it on the way back, and I can only have to climb down once. And looks like I made it past that point, but cover of the... Looks like there's some goo on the front of the camera. So if nothing else, what we'll do is, if we need to, we can run some water. But I'm going to try to push out as far as I can first. But because I can't really tell what is causing me, because there's stuff on the front of the camera that was probably caught on those roots. Can't really tell what I'm up against here. Looks like more roots. Okay. Well, I'm having a little trouble getting through this, and I'm gonna try to get up on the roof a little bit higher so I can get a little bit more leverage. Okay, I'm gonna have to pause the video here, and I'm gonna locate this spot for one, and then I'm gonna try to run some water also, and that way we can see what's going on here. I believe it's just roots, and I'm unable to get past the roots, but it looks like there's more root buildup, and it was 28 feet, so I'm not quite 20 feet. 20 more feet, and I'm going to see how close we are to the sidewalk also, and locate this, and see if we can run some water and maybe soften things up or help the camera make it further. But I believe I'm just pushing up against the roots. So again, I'm going to pause the video though, just so we don't have a bunch of dead airspace on here. Okay, we have located the spot in the front. It looks like it's 45, and again, I do have some water running, flushed the toilet a couple times. So yeah, you can see the roots coming in from the top, and I'm just getting stuck on the roots. Water's flowing because it's not actually in the flow line, but it's still enough to where my camera's getting hung up on it. So we'll try to keep that water running. I'll try to get a little bit more force behind this and see if I can pop through it. Yeah, I'm still just up against these roots. I don't think I'm going to be able to get past them. Yeah, it's really hard for me to tell what's going on right there. I can see the roots, see some of the water going by. I can't tell if that's debris pushed up against the front of the camera or the side of the pipe. You can see all the roots though. Yeah, I'm not getting through all this. There's no way. Yeah, there's just too many roots right here. It's going to have to be cleaned and re-inspected to be able to inspect the rest of the line. I'm only about, because the line comes out straight from about the center of the house. If you're facing the house, it's to the right of the front door. Comes out, goes left if you're facing the house again, diagonal across the yard towards the driveway, and then I believe it's going to 45 and then go out towards the street. And so I'm only, gosh, 10 feet off the house, probably 20 feet of pipe outside the house, and there's at least another, 40 to 50 feet of pipe that needs to be inspected, probably closer to 40. So I'm going to have to pull back. I am going to go just locate this spot again and see, what I'm able to do. But as you can see, there's just so many roots that I think that it is catching some stuff, and I do believe that as long as they're just using toilet paper and stuff, it may not have backed up on them. If it breaks down, there are only 2 people and a small baby, so but you can kind of see the water raising, and yeah, I'm unable to get past this point, so I'm just going to go ahead and pull back, and I will mark that spot at about 27 feet. It's going to be hard because I'm on the roof. I can't wind it all the way up, but you can see the roots, and I've actually poked a hole a little bit, but yeah, this definitely has to be cleaned before we can finish the inspection. So I'm going to recommend, and there's that other root ball that's pretty large. So yeah, I'm going to recommend that this be cleaned again for the 17th time. And then
have it re-inspected. Roots are not abnormal. It's very normal in this neighborhood. I've done a lot of houses in this neighborhood for locating for gas lines, and these neighborhoods, because of the age and all the trees and the pipe material, with it being clay and cast iron switching to clay, there are joints about every 3 feet in these pipes, and so it's just more opportunity. It's just something that it needs to be maintained. It's pretty normal maintenance in a lot of cases to have it out. Obviously, you can have it lined or dig it up and replace it, but usually people just need to maintain these and have them cleaned out every if it's done well, you can have these things cleaned every couple years, 3 years, and they'll be fine. Or you can have it cleaned once really well, and then you can also put like a root killer down it periodically, every 6 months to a year, depending on the situation and what makes you feel more comfortable. And that chemical will attach itself to the roots and burn the roots back without killing the tree. But I'm assuming that most of these houses on these streets have dealt with this at one time or another, so this isn't real uncommon. But it does have to be cleaned and re-inspected to make sure that structurally the rest of the pipe is in good shape. So I'm pulling back, as you can tell, and I'm gonna get the camera out here so you can see. And so we're going to end the inspection right there for 11489 Flagler Lane.